Welcome back to another Beachland Brewhouse edition. Alright guys, we're going to do the hazy IPA recipe. It's a New England NEIPA. We've got a 23.5 litre batch. I've added the extra half litre to the batch just for more losses when I dry hop. It's going to be a 60-minute boil. Fermentables, we've got 6.5 kilos of Golden Promise, 300 grams of rolled oats or flaked oats, and 50 grams of Shepherd's Delight. I've added the Shepherd's Delight purely to give it more of a red hue more than any flavour. So it's going to be goldeny with a red hue hopefully. Hops today, we've got 215 grams of hops. Nice smooth bittering hop. I've got Warrior, it's quite a high alpha. Nelson Sauvin and Hort 4337. Now if you haven't heard of Hort 4337, give it a go. Great for IPAs, real fruity, lots of tropical fruits to it, and it's new to the market. Running the SO5 yeast with 76% attenuation. My additions are going to be calcium sulfate or gypsum. That's because I'm running rainwater. A Delta Flock, although it's going to be hazy, we still want to get the proteins out, so always use Delta Flock, and of course yeast nutrient to get that yeast going nice and happy. Alright, water volume 22 litres of mash, that's already in there, and 12 litres of sparge, which I've got. Alright guys. Welcome back to another edition of Beachland Brewhouse. Today we're doing our hazy New England IPA. So we've got the Grainfather, it's coming up to 65 degrees at the moment, so it's probably 10 minutes away. We've added the 22 litres. It's obviously rainwater, lower pH than normal, so we've just added a teaspoon of calcium sulfate, which is just gypsum. Got to get your water minerals right for brewing good quality beer, so that's in. She's all good now, so we'll wait till she reaches temp, then we'll add the grain. Alright, giving it another good stir, getting it in there. Right down the bottom guys, make sure you get all that grain, mix it up. So as you'll notice while I was pouring it, you'll see the oats are mixed in with the Golden Promise, so it all just goes in as one. Guys, get the last of the grain in now. So she's, as you notice, she's close to a 7 kilo grain bill, so there's a lot of grain in there. Nothing the Grainfather can't handle there. So that's going to give us a really good stir up. Don't want any dough balls in there. Good stir, another good stir. Alright guys, now we've added the grain, we've stirred it in really well. Now it says here add grain, but what you need to do, okay, is when you press that, the pump's going to kick in and start mashing, so you need to get yourself ready. So don't press it just yet. Alright, add that in. I've got an old sink strainer here, put that on top. Now that's going to stop all the small bits of malt flowing back through. It's going to catch it on top. You'll see later. I like it, it works. Guys, so the 60-minute mash is finished. I then went into a 10-minute mash at 75 degrees. So that's just finished. So now we're ready to sparge. Sparging water's 75 degrees and it's ready to go. So we're going to lift the basket out and then we'll gradually sparge through the grain. So we'll see you at the end or during it anyway. Alright, so we're going to be lifting the basket out. So do it slowly. It's pretty heavy. Nice and slowly. Sounds like she's draining really well, which is good. You hear that draining through the grain quite well. If you have a look down in here. Alright guys, welcome back. So what we've done now is we've sparged our 12 litres of water from the sparge through our grain. If you have a look inside the basket, I've taken the top plate off and I've sparged it, what they call fly sparging. So basically what it means is I run a hose off here, around and on the hose, it pulls through the spatula and sprays over the grain. I've done that for 12 litres. So now I'm just letting it drain through. We'll probably get around, hopefully I'm looking around 28 litres pre-boil volume. The Grainfather is currently at 80 degrees, coming up to 100 for the boil. So this, hopefully it should meet. Once that gets up to about 95, the sparging water should have drained through the grain and we can get into the 60-minute boil. Got our 60-minute hop edition ready to go on the scales, and let's get this brew going. Alright guys, so it's reached 100 degrees boil temp, so we're going to add our first 60-minute hop edition. Now this hop edition is to give the beer a bit of bitterness rather than aroma, so we'll pour that one straight in. So that's the important to the what they call the hop spider. Hop spider is just a big stainless sieve. We'll mix that up, and if you can smell it now, we've got an aroma of a nice hoppy, pungent smell through the air now. And as you can see now, it's in a rolling boil, which is what you want. And yeah, we'll just give it a bit of a stir, just to get rid of the proteins that are on the top. Mix through that, mix through the hops. So she's in, yeah, a nice stir, rolling boil. Get a good stir down to the low too. There we go. And then start that, and wait for our late hop additions. Alright guys, 15 minutes alarm's gone off, which is telling me to add our 15-minute additions. Come over here, we've got our yeast nutrient. So we're going to add 5 grams of yeast nutrient. We've got data flock tablets. Now data flock tablets are a red seaweed extract which added to the boil now breaks up and coagulates the proteins in the wort during fermentation and the chilling down period at the end of fermentation. So that clarifies the beer and gets the proteins to coagulate and drop down into the bottom of the fermenter, which gives you clear beer. So that's what you want. So we've got it here, we've got the data flock tablet and the yeast nutrients. So that's going to get added in now. Down into the spider hop. So give that a stir. So we've come to the 10-minute mark on the boil. What I normally do now is I run the wort through the chiller at 100 degrees just to sterilise the inside of the tubes. So I run that through for a few minutes, and that will kill any bugs inside the chiller, which will obviously be chilling our wort down to go into our fermenter later, so the less bugs the better. Alright guys, so we've reached our hour of boiling. Now I'm going to add the hops for the hop stand, which means we add the hops. I like to put the recirc pump on, pumps water through the hops for 10 minutes, and that's going to add a bit of bitterness, a bit of IBUs, but mainly it's going to add some good aroma to it too. So we'll start the hop stand now. Alright guys, we've got our wort getting transferred over to the fermenter. That's going in there. And I want a temp gauge on it. Yep, ready. Alright, let's run this. A bit of a we'll check the temp going in. Bang on 20 degrees guys, see that? 20 degrees. So that's what you want. That's going to be beautiful. So as you can see here, I'm transferring it from the height, which is going to give a bit of oxygen to the wort that goes in the fermenter. You want to oxygenate your wort, that's what the yeast loves. So just transferring it from the height. So that's our brew day for today. Sitting in the fermenter. I'm going to pitch the yeast soon, but I'm just going to let it cool down a little bit. She came out at 26 degrees. Restricted the flow of the water a bit because we're on tank water, but anyway, she's all good. 26. She's sterilised, she's air locked in, so she's good to sit there until she's cooled down. The Grainfather's got some Grainfather cleaner in it, and it's just going through its cleaning cycle. And I'll enjoy a beer. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.